It'll be worth it.
It'll be worth it. We are live.
Yes.
BLaKBoXXRadio. We are in the box. You guys know it. Listen, this is Healing August. You know what we're doing in the 8th? We're trying to heal our community. That is important. Black folks need healing. And we're trying to actually contribute to that. And one of the biggest things about healing to me is what you eating, what
Mm-hmm.
you putting down your trap, what you're going to buy. What's in your fridge? Like my dad used to say, the refrigerator. What is in the refrigerator? That was him. I'm Queen. I am the host of BlakBoXXRadio. We are a media platform for Black excellence. We platform Black people. We expose Black genius, and we provide information to other communities and our community. And that's what we do. We move information around. We also humanize the Black experience. That's real important. It's like, everyone know about Black people and everybody assume who we are, but it's best when it comes from Black people. So that's what we do out here. We do this 8-9 times a month. Come see us. Hit us up on BlakBoXXRadio.com. Please subscribe. Our YouTube channel. Listen, hit the YouTube channel. I need you to hit that thing. What we're going to do come next year is, look, we're not doing them on Facebook. It's going to be straight YouTube. So right now, we still letting you Facebook hagglers, because see, y'all lazy. Y'all don't want to go to the channel. But we need you to go to the channel. Let's build this channel so it's a space that reaches more, and also reaches more Black people, reaches people. So we can have some tentacles out here. But tonight, like I told you, we're in Healing August. And it was real important to heal, for Black folks to heal. And I said, listen, what am I going to do to contribute to that? And I said, August, we're going to have Healing August, and we're going to have different topics that is going to make us better. So tonight we're talking about vegan food, veganism, plant-based living, all that. And we got the queen, Mama Green. We got the queen. That's my nickname for y'all. Y'all can't use that. That's on me. Step off. This is we have our the Queen of Green in Baltimore, Miss Brenda Sanders. Say hi to the people, Brenda.
Hello, everybody. I'm so glad to be here.
We are so happy to have you. And y'all don't even know how this is like epic proportions to have her in this seat. Y'all don't even get it. I don't even want to put it out there. To have her sitting here, I'm so delighted and excited and honored to have you in the building. So we're going to talk about veganism and veggies. So how long you been a vegan? Let's start there. How long?
Yeah, this year is 25 years.
Oh,
25 years.
okay. So the question everybody want to ask vegans, like, how did you get here? Were you brought up on meat like most of us, or did you just all your life was a vegan?
Well, not only was I brought up on meat, but I was brought up on probably the worst stuff. We were very poor and grew up in Cherry Hill and the housing projects. And, it just, we couldn't afford healthy food, and there wasn't much healthy food around us, even if we could afford it. And so, I grew up on the Spam and the potted meat and the pig's feed and, chitlins and all of that. And, that was food. That was what we ate. And so it wasn't until my late teens that I even stumbled across plant-based food and vegan lifestyle and all of that. And that was when it started.
Man, so I'm gonna go back to that. You said you grew up in Cherry Hill.
I did.
What? Cherry
Oh,
Hill?
yeah.
No, okay, I didn't know. I wanted to know where you were from. You're from Baltimore.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Born and raised.
Really? Where'd you go to school? High
Which school? Went to Arundel Elementary.
Okay.
And then I just kind of moved. I mean, I went to Western high school, and then I did leave Baltimore for a while to go to college, and then I worked out in Hollywood for a couple years, and then I came back when my mom got sick,
Okay.
and been here ever since.
Wow, so you're a real true Baltimore. You a Dove. All of these Western girls out cheer. So I know that's what's up.
Yeah.
And you Cherry Hill. I would have never thought that. That's why you got the cherry shirt and the cherry, lipstick. You cherry down. I
Yeah.
see. Okay, so you're from Baltimore, and you grew up like most of us. Same thing here. We grew up. I ate everything. I
Mhm.
never liked spam, but chitlins, all of that, pork, bacon. Sausage.
Mhm.
That was our thing. And that was the cheapest, and we didn't have a lot of money. So, in your teens, you stumbled onto plant based. Was that a plant outside? I mean, what plants you stumbled on in Cherry Hill? Talk to me.
I came across information in a book, and to this day I don't even remember what the book was. But I started getting into like sacred body, your body is a temple, like that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And I read in this book that, putting death into your body creates death, right? And
Ooh,
so it was
ooh.
recommending to eat plants because plants are full of life and da 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 da, and it just made sense to me, like I was like, okay. And so I tried it, and I found that even after like a week, 2 weeks of just eating plants, like my allergies went away, I had bad skin, like I had acne, my acne went away, like all this stuff started changing. And I was just like, oh, this is connected to what I eat, because I wasn't really connecting, the health problems that I was having with the food that I was eating. I never knew to connect the two until I changed my diet, and all of a sudden my health problems started going away.
Mm. That I have the same testimony, but we're not talking about me. We're talking about how you got here. But I mean, people don't know that food is a trigger to everything: behavior, health. It is our energy. So if it's not electric, if it's not giving something, and
Mm.
if you eating something dead, what do you expect for it to give you? It can't give you but so much. I had someone tell me just last night that her doctor told her that she needs to eat a steak a month. Come on. Any doctor tell you that, fire him.
That's wild. That's wild, because was it a cardiologist who was trying to get some work?
Ah,
Because that's what it's
trying to
going to
kill
lead
you.
to.
Yeah,
That's what it's going to lead to.
because what they're saying is the animal blood gives you the iron and the protein. That's an absolute lie.
Where the animal get the protein from? Where
Ah,
the animal get the iron from? They got it from eating plants. I
ah,
mean, like, cut out the middleman, right? Just go straight to the plants. It's just a myth. It's a myth that you have to eat the animal when the animal is eating the plants. It's like it just made perfect sense to me.
you don't want
So
me to dance for you. You better stop. Because I'm trying to tell people, like, listen to what's being told. And these are people who make money from your demise. And
mhm.
and either way, you go sit down with a cardiologist, he trying to mess up that heart to get in there.
Oh, please.
You sit
Oh,
down
yeah.
with a surgeon, he wants to cut. You sit down,
Mhm.
they don't see you if you're healthy. So
Mm-mm.
you eat an animal's dead meat for you to get the protein and the iron you need for your live body. Imagine that. Just this thing you said. And where does the animal get it from? Most animals eat plants.
And we don't eat the ones that eat other animals. We're not eating lions. We're not eating tigers. We're not eating bears. We're eating herbivores.
You
So that
better
that
know it.
tells you something right there.
We eating deer. What does deer eat?
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly. Come
you're
on.
eating cows. You're eating, people say, oh, I want to be strong as an ox. An ox don't eat meat.
Right.
Let's
Exactly.
talk about that. Oh, the strongest animal in the animal kingdom is a gorilla,
Yep.
which is a
Plant based.
vegan.
Yep.
He is a
Yep.
vegan. We got to understand that the culturation of our tongue and our palate comes from who can make money from whatever you're doing. So the marketing and the medicine is set up around every system making money. Am I wrong, Miss Sanders? I want to know.
Oh no, my mom is no longer with us, and I attribute that mostly too. I still kind of blame myself because I'm like, she's the one person I couldn't get, like hundreds and hundreds of people coming through my programs and my workshops and classes and stuff. But like, she's just, I just couldn't get through to her. But I mean, her cardiologist made so much money. I mean, if he wasn't putting stents in, then he was cracking open her ribs to give her open heart surgery. And then the day after she had open heart surgery, they were feeding her bacon and eggs for breakfast at the hospital. So it's just like y'all just got a system that feeds itself.
That's
And
what it
that's the
does.
bottom line.
That's the bottom line. And trust me, if there was money in plants and they could produce plants,
Mm-hmm.
then the meat would go bye-bye.
Yep. Yep.
And we can
Absolutely.
see it. Just look at weed. Weed for years was outlawed, but now they can make money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
During COVID, what was open? The weed house.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Just look how they switch up when you can make cash out of it. So
Yep.
I'm trying. We giving you game, yo. We giving you game. It's not. Listen, I am not trying to convince you to save your life. You got to convince you. So if I can put the information out there for you to see and feel what we're saying, because you got to feel me and understand that we got to eat live food. We got to eat food that gives you something, that's electric, that's energy. Food,
Right.
when your body uses food as fuel. And you, even like you said, you said something, you said we eat herbivores, which is the truth. But if we ate a lion runs down live meat. Let a carcass was sitting there. They don't want that.
Mm-mm.
They want hot meat. Even they eat hot meat. When
Right.
you're not eating the freshest meat, they're eating fresh hot meat. Am I right, Miss Brenda?
That's right. And you said fresh, right? Which means raw. Because that's what carnivores and omnivores eat. They eat it, they rip right into it and eat it just like that. They ain't cooking it. They don't have to cook it so they don't get sick. Come on now. Like we gotta use, our minds, and we gotta figure this stuff out, because the industry is gotta choke. You got us in a chokehold. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to have their little ads and their little commercials that make us think that this is the best thing to eat in the world. But if we think about it, we're not carnivores for sure. And, we've adapted to be omnivores. Yeah. But I don't believe that's our natural diet. I don't believe that's our original diet. And I believe that we need to get back to the original diet.
So what do you say about the folk that say, well, God put, they go back to Adam. I'm not Adam. They go back to Noah. He put in the ark 2 animals so it can procreate, so we can have food to eat. So people, I hear this all the time. God put animals on earth so we can eat them. What you say about that?
People pick and choose what parts of the Bible they're going to believe, because when you go back a little bit further in the Bible, it says that man was meant to eat plants. So it's just like, okay, well, sure, after the flood, like maybe we was hungry. All the plants have been washed away. Maybe we had to do what we had to do. But the thing about it is human beings evolve, right? We don't stay the same. We don't keep doing the same stuff. And so let's just do what's right for us. I mean, even I actually was able to get my mom to go vegan for 1 year. And in that 1 year, she was on 12 different medications. She came off all of them.
Wow.
Right? She, the only one that she was still taking, she just refused to stop taking her aspirin every day, because her cardiologist told her you need to take an aspirin every day, for heart health or whatever. So she got to take her aspirin. Right. But she got off the cholesterol medicine. She got off the high blood pressure medicine. She got off the diabetes medicine. All of it gone. And so like it comes down to like what is going to work right for you. And I mean, I have only met one person who I truly believe definitely needed to eat meat. And and I've been doing this for over a decade. And that one person had a condition in which her body couldn't produce certain things. Like, she was incapable of producing certain things that are not found in plants. But other than that, I have never met so many people who say this lifestyle, this way of eating changed the whole game for me. Like, I don't have diabetes anymore. How many people can say that? You know, how many lifestyles, how many diets can you eat where you can actually say, I don't have diabetes anymore? You
Mm,
know, like, this is the real deal. Is this not a game? And with the health disparities that exist specifically in Black communities, we
yeah,
don't have time to keep playing.
we don't have time to keep playing. I talked to someone just this and lost their one of their toes due to
Ugh.
diabetes and gangrene, of course, because you can't heal, and so it goes after those digits. And he said to me, Miss Queen, what are you saying? Should I just eat a plant? How do I eat plant? It's
He
like
didn't.
it's foreign to these folk, as if they don't even you're so comfortable in your space and what you've been eating. It's so hard for you to reimagine something different for yourself. I said you can heal, but you have to change.
Oh
And
yeah.
and a part of it is our palate. Our palate is used to this junk, and we like it. And the sugar, it's
Mm.
a all the. I mean, meat alone and sugar. Oh, those two. They're gonna kill us. It's gonna absolutely kill us. It's gonna absolutely kill us. So kind of tell the people because we could talk, all about it. And we're not trying to attack people who eat meat. There's no attack. What we're trying to do is open up some space in your head about there's other ways. That's all we were just possibilities. It's always possibilities. So
Yep.
there's no attack. It's just a conversation on possibilities. So what I would like to know is talk about some of your experience. What have you been doing since I call you the queen of vegan, Mama Green? So what you been doing?
Oh my gosh, this is way too much.
No.
But I mean, this is my mission and this is my work. And I just wanted to say, because that's a good point that you made about how we're not here to like judge anybody, because that's not the work. All that's going to do is turn people away. It's going to make people defensive. I just help people go vegan. I give them the information,
Yeah.
and so many people are like, okay, but what do I do? And that's why I built my whole platform around helping people figure out what to do now that they've decided to try it. Right.
Mhm.
And so we got Afro Vegan Society, which is the organization that I founded um, back in 2016. And, it's just a platform with resources. That's it. I mean, everything that you could think of, from recipes to video, cooking demo videos to like just all kinds of stuff. We have a list of restaurants, vegan restaurants, if folks are trying to go out to eat. We got, every kind of, even like recipes for folks who are on a budget, because everybody, can't necessarily afford like the most expensive vegan foods, but they can afford beans and rice. They can afford, soups and stews and spaghetti and like all these things. It's the same food, just the ingredients are a little different. And
Mhm.
and oftentimes cheaper. I mean, I've been looking at these seafood prices and meat prices and stuff. That stuff is getting pricey,
That
and
is
so
very
you can't
pricey.
even really say like, oh no, I'm too low income to be vegan. We too low income for most of the food out here. At this point, it's all expensive.
Yep.
So, my job, my mission is to, if somebody is curious, if somebody is interested, we have a program through Afro Vegan Society that we do called Dump Dairy. If folks like me have issues, with dairy, I've always had issues with dairy. We can help people to find alternatives to dairy. We have uh, a plant-based challenge where like we bring people in, and it's all virtual right now, so people can be anywhere and get access to this. And we just help people every week. We have a workshop where we talk to people, we interact, we like, just give people the resources and inspiration that they need to just try it out and see, how they react to it. And we just have so many stories, so many. I mean, we have testimony after testimonial after testimonial of people just being like, this changed my life. you
Wow.
know
So
it's
how would a
beautiful.
person get in touch with the Afro Vegan to get to that weekly resource? How do you get in touch with that?
Yeah, so like right on the website, if folks, want to go to Afro Vegan Society.org. Right on there, they can contact us. We have like a mailing list where we'll send out like what's coming up this month. Every month we send out things like an email newsletter to be like, this is what you need to look out for. We do have a YouTube page where a lot of the resources that we make available to people are just right there. And then of course we're on all the social media platforms because you have to be. So people can go to, Instagram, they can go to Twitter, they can go to Facebook. We're everywhere.
Okay.
So
I put that
yeah.
in the chat. I put that in comments.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So and you're doing so many things. Let's go next.
Yeah.
Next.
So so one of my goals was to make plant-based food affordable because it can actually get pricey when you're going into the store and you're comparing, like some of the plant-based substitutes, even if you're just talking about like plant-based milks, like milk alternatives and stuff like that, it can actually get pricey. And so we wanted to try to make plant-based foods that are healthier, that like if you wanted to get some pizza, if you wanted to get some wings, if you wanted to, all these things, and so we started the Greener Kitchen, which is kind of unfair of me to talk about the Greener Kitchen because like, I'm so sorry, but right now we're only doing like pop-ups and different events, festivals and stuff like that. We were located in Pigtown, but it just got to be too much with so much, like just doing so much. It was just like, okay, with the pandemic and all this stuff. And it was just like, okay, let's just scale this down. So at this point, folks will be able to check out our food at different festivals and events, but the storefront down in Pigtown is shut down for now. I do have, in addition to the nonprofit, I have a podcast that I started called Food and Justice, and it really just like digs into the food system itself and looks at different aspects. I mean, I've had a guy come on who was working on, food in the prison system. I have, people who come on and talk about like urban gardening, that talk about policy, that talks. I mean, I even have somebody coming up in season 2 that's actually gone into the slaughterhouses and, the feedlots and stuff and secretly gotten footage, right, of what's actually happening in those places. And so I want to talk, to her about that. So like just really bringing up all the different aspects. Oh, somebody talking about pesticides, just like lots of stuff. So there's a lot of things about our food system that we just don't know. And I think that we deserve to know.
Yeah.
So, the more education and information we have, the better decisions we can make for our lives. So, yeah, just a lot. That's not even it.
So people know you're doing what you're doing this weekend. That's really
Yeah. So Vegan Soul Fest is well, at least this year, it is a food and music festival. In previous years before the pandemic, it had just been like sort of a small local like veg fest. And then we missed 2 years, and when we came back this year, we wanted to do something different. Is when I say we, I'm talking about Naja Wright Brown, co-owner of the Land of Kush. She and I got together back in 2014. 2014.
Wow.
And we were just like, we were both vegan, have been vegan for years. And we were just like, we need to work together and we need to do something for, like something Black, basically. Because a lot of veg fasts are not. No, I'm gonna say most veg fasts are not. They are very, very not Black. And so we wanted to do something for our folks. And so we have been doing this for years and bringing in like local talent and, speakers and cooking demos and all this stuff.
Yeah.
This year, and some of your listeners and watchers might actually know and not be happy. about the fact that we kind of pivoted to make it a music festival, and we had no idea what was involved in that. Initially, we even thought that it could still be a free event, and if we had gotten the support that I think we should have gotten, from folks who say that they support what we're trying to do, we probably could have still made it free. But yeah, that was not the case. We did not get the support, and so we did have to charge for admission this year. But we also teamed up with Collectively, the organization Collectively, Jamie Wooten.
Dang.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, and so it's two festivals. It's We Give Black Fest and Vegan Soul Fest. So people will be able to go to two separate festivals that are like together to get, food from over 50 different food vendors, which is going to be amazing. There's
Yeah.
nonprofits, there's, people selling, like clothing and jewelry, all this stuff. But also the panels, the speakers, all kinds of stuff. And then after all that, it's a concert. So it's just like with like, Bilal and Ro James and Jay Nova and all these like national recording artists, as well as some local folks as well. So, and it's 3 days this year as opposed to just one day. So we're gonna see what we see. I mean, it's been a lot of work putting this together, and it's been a very expensive venture. Our hope is that, people will be interested, people will be open to the shift, and that people will come out and have a really good time. So
Mm.
that's our goal with this year's Vegan Soul Fest.
I've never been to one, so I'm gonna pop in.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
I'm gonna definitely be a part of it this year. I can't wait. I'm gonna see it all. It's gonna listen,
Yeah.
you guys, come out. Come out and experience something different. People say, well, I don't want that food, but you don't listen, try something new. Try you,
Oh.
you never know. And these are people who've been doing it for a while, so they're pretty good at it. You can't sell food that doesn't taste good. I don't care what it is. It can be
Mm-mm.
chicken. If the chicken ain't good, that chicken gonna stay there. So these are people who understand how to cook vegan food, and it's usually good to the palate. Because listen, I remember at the Greener Kitchen, give me some them barbecue chicken joints. What was that? Chicken strips.
Yeah, the wings, the vegan wings.
The
Yep.
vegan wings, yeah. I
Yep.
was getting me some vegan wings. I remember I took them to my job, and the girl was like, "This is vegan." I'm like, "Yeah, girl, these things good as hell."
It's
So listen,
different.
yeah, they're different. I never
Vegan
got
food
a
is
chance to try the cheesesteak or nothing like that. Or I never.
You will.
Yeah, I will. But definitely, listen, try some vegan food. Do something different. You go to other festivals and you just buy food. Come to the festival, enjoy. I mean, it's a major talent. We got the hometown girl. We got Moo Fresh up that joint. Bilal, like you said. I mean, it's gonna be some good talent here. So come through. We get black. Jamie, that's what I call Jamie. Jamie,
That's so funny.
that's our spell.
I have had to write his name on email so many times that I actually get that joke. So
Yeah, you get what I'm talking about. He was like, "Yeah, this is jam." I was like, "Okay." I call it jam, yeah. So yeah, so y'all listen, come on out to the Vegan Soul Fest. We need different offerings because most festivals offer meat. They offer we have a festival that's gonna have, you said 50 different. Is everybody there gonna be vegan? Is it gonna be regular?
all of them
Everybody?
are vegan, but like
Oh,
every kind of vegan though. I'm talking Caribbean food, soul food,
oh,
raw food, like just anything that anybody can think of, fresh juices. Like it's gonna be so much.
mm.
So much. A
Well,
lot of soul food. A lot of soul food. So, if people want to get their yams and their greens and that kind of thing, they'll definitely be able to get that.
bring the coins because the food is, if you're a foodie, this is a spot for you. 50
Oh
different things you
yes.
can try. And you got
Yes.
3 days to come on out. Where's it gonna be, sis Mama Green?
Right. So that is going to be down at West Covington Park down in South Baltimore, right on the water. I
Right on
mean,
the
it's
water,
just so
yo.
gorgeous. So
Yeah,
gorgeous.
so gorgeous
Yeah.
out there.
We're
That's what's up.
very excited.
I can't. I mean, listen, I cannot wait. I was just down there for Jazzy Summer Nights. It's just really,
Oh, yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah,
So
just
you know how gorgeous it is down there.
yeah. Of course, I ride my bike down there. It's really gorgeous down there, and the water is right there. Just don't jump in.
Mm.
The water is right there for real talk.
We don't want nobody to jump in.
I mean, the water is so close. It's like there's
And
no barrier, and it's
right.
really beautiful. So come out,
Mhm.
guys. Come out to something different. So you have done your life work is veganism.
It is, and it it kind of goes beyond diet for me as well
Okay.
because there's so many other issues. There's things, then there's all these like films and stuff that people can watch that'll probably do a lot better job of like highlighting stuff. But for instance, there are communities down in North Carolina that right now are suffering from what we're calling environmental racism. But what it basically means is the Smithfield plants down there are
That's the pork
polluting.
sausage.
Yep.
That's the pork food that
Oh
Smith
yeah,
they
Smithfield is pork.
pork.
They raise pigs for slaughter,
Yep.
and they are polluting the entire environment of these communities. And of course, the communities are low income Black folks, right?
Right.
Because that's what these corporations do. They find areas where they know that the people are disempowered, and then they build these horrible, massive polluting plants. They have polluted the groundwater, so people's water and here's the thing that's dangerous and that is absolutely despicable. These animals are producing, tons and tons and tons of feces,
Yep.
right? They eat, they poop, they eat, they poop, right? What
Yep.
are they doing with that feces? They literally pump that feces into a lake of
Ah,
untreated raw sewage.
woo.
I just call them poop lakes. It is disgusting. And then the stuff that's left over, they spray it out onto the fields. And then what happens is the wind carries that raw feces into these Black communities, and then people get sick. People in those communities have respiratory problems. They have asthma. They're getting cancer at higher rates. Literally, you go into their houses smell like raw feces
Wow.
because the wind just carries it right into their homes. I mean, it is unsafe. They went down, some folks, from some university went down and like swabbed different people's houses just for feces. It was everywhere throughout everybody's houses, their kitchens, inside their refrigerators, like it. And this is what these corporations, the cow feed lots are no different. They find low income, communities of color to build their
Protection.
facilities. It's bigger than just diet. Like we gotta like detach ourselves from these industries because they're making money,
Mhm.
billions and billions and billions of dollars off of making us sick. And it's time for us to cut them off. You know, it's just
Yeah.
time to cut them off.
And this is intentional. And
Oh, yes.
intentional, the government allows. We talk about FDA. They listen. They're all in cahoots. They
Yep.
are allowed. And then when you come in Baltimore, you don't know anything about Smithfield, North Carolina. What you know about is the pork sausage that you see and the bacon that
Mhm.
you see. And imagine that you are taking your Black dollars and they're hurting Black people.
It's true. Oh, the children,
The
the
children,
babies.
the
You
baby.
know, I can't stand it. I can't stand it.
And it's
I am
happening
just
all over the
like,
country. Yeah.
it is. It is. It's happening all over the country, especially in the South. But there's even some stuff going on with like Latino, areas out in California. They target poor people of color who don't
Mhm.
feel empowered to stand up. If they tried that in some affluent white community, they would just say no. They
It's
would
time
go
for
to
the
the
truth and nail. Yes,
yeah,
it wouldn't
they
happen.
would go to the city. Ain't nobody got time to be going to the city. I mean, I would love to say that I'm gonna go to the city council and protest every thing, but I'm busy, and that's the thing with poor people. We got 2, 3 jobs. Like low income folks they're just trying to survive, and that's why they go into these communities and they pollute these communities, and they don't care.
Yeah,
They don't care, but somebody's got to care, and
somebody's
that's me.
got there. Yeah. And
So,
there was used to be a problem, and there's still some issues, even with Purdue in the Eastern Shore being set up
oh
around
yeah.
let's talk about it. Set up around Black
Mhm.
communities
They
down in
do.
Eastern Shore, and when you hit Salisbury, it smells like shit. I
It
said
does.
it stinks,
It
and it's
does.
all because of the plant. But they put in a lot of safeguards because it used to be worse,
Yeah.
and but they still have some issues. And the plants were shameful mess where people were working, and a lot of crab companies too. They're picking these crabs, and these crab potting companies. This is happening all over the country because actually our palate loves this stuff that they're making, and they're taking advantage of people and killing people,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
literally killing them. It's really awful. So we got to watch what we buy because we're actually funding this foolishness.
Yeah. And
Wow.
it's just so upsetting. It really
It
is.
really
I
is
mean, you're
upsetting.
talking about like in the workers. It's usually like Black and Latino workers that are working at these factories, not
Right,
getting breaks to just go use the bathroom.
right,
They got to kill a certain number of animals per hour, and if they
right.
don't reach that number, then their pay gets docked. Like all kinds of stuff that you wouldn't even believe. You
How
wouldn't even
heinous is that?
believe that
And
the
we're
workers are.
eating that.
Yep.
And imagine the
Yep.
meat that comes from a place like that, what the animals are going through, the toxins that they're releasing before their death. You're eating that, and then you wonder why you got cancer. You wonder why you got these anomalies.
No, the animals have cancer.
Ah, ah!
It's some. Oh yes, they and the FDA allows it. The FDA allows these industries to sell meat where the animals died with cancer. It's legal. It's legal.
I hope you guys are listening. I hope you're listening. And again, we're not attacking meat eaters. We're
We're
talking.
trying to help meat
We're
eaters.
trying to help you. We're trying to tell you about possibilities, total possibilities, because we have to possibly um, look at ourselves and look at our behaviors. And a lot of times we've been acculturated to this type of movement. This is what we've been doing. This is what mama and them did, and
Hmm.
this is what grandmama and them did. Because guess what? They had no choice. You have a choice. Let's make better choices. All right, Miss Brenda. Huh?
Amen.
Oh, you heard me well. You said animals with cancer, and that is allowed.
Oh yes. Oh yes. And that lets you know that they do not care about us. They don't care. All they care about is the money we put in their pockets. And let me tell you, the owners of these big, slaughterhouses, these big feedlots, these companies, that are selling this meat, they are very, very rich. Very rich. Millionaires. And they're making money off of making us sick. And it's not right.
It really isn't right. It really is. It's really sad. We really gotta. Well, I'm glad we're able to talk about this, and it's not. Listen, go check it out yourself. You ain't gotta believe what we're saying. Go check
Oh,
it
please.
yourself.
I've done extensive research. I did so much research that I went into a deep depression
Man,
because I just couldn't believe what is being allowed to happen to us, especially Black people, and most especially low income Black people. It's like the more desperate you are, the worse you're treated, you know, and the more they get away with doing. And that's why we got to educate ourselves. And I mean, once you get that education, if you still decide that, I don't care, I'm still going to, okay, then so be it. But at least be educated about what you're doing. And that gives you a chance to make that choice.
wow, man. So, I have. Are your children vegans?
Oh, well, my children have been vegan their whole life.
They've never had meat.
No, never had any animal products at all.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're extremely healthy. They neither one of them have ever like had any kind of cold or anything like that, except once when my son was like 12, he came to me and he was like, "Mommy, something's wrong." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he was like, "Something's wrong." He said, "My throat, it hurts." I said, "You have a sore throat?" He said, "Is that what it is? It hurts." I was like, "You poor thing. Let me get you some vitamin C and some elderberry, and we knocked it out." But like, he was just like shook
He was
because he
devastated.
was coming down with a cold. It was funny. It
I'm
was fun.
telling you. And I can even talk about myself, like when I ate meat and the things, hay fever that I would get every year.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
that went away. You know,
Yep.
the my skin changed, my
Mhm.
energy level changed. I'm telling you, just try it. 30 days. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, in 2 weeks, you're gonna be like, what is going on?
Yep. Yep, and that meat, the like the products that we're used to, they do have us in a chokehold. I mean, it's not a game. I mean, the habits and the patterns, it's tempting. You
Yeah,
know, you drive past the Popeyes and smell that chicken, and it's just like, oh man, it smells so good. You know, but it's worth it to just, move
walk
past
away.
it.
Hmm.
Do the vegan challenge, one of the 28-day challenges or something like that, and just give your body a chance to adjust. And next thing the energy was the biggest thing for me. Just like I don't get sleepy after I eat anymore. I can wake up early and be ready to roll, and
You don't
instead
get
of
the
just being
itis.
sluggish. Yeah,
You don't get the itis.
exactly.
Oh, no itis.
No, not at all. Not at all. All of that is over. So,
Really, really.
yeah, it has been for years.
I definitely want to get more what I would say better in my recipes and being able, I kind of eat the same things, but I'd rather eat the
Mm,
same good things than to
right.
eat five bad things.
That's
But
right.
I definitely want to it'd be nice to be around established vegans to get, some better recipes to do, because a lot of times what I hear from meat eaters like, get that away from me. It don't even taste good. It tastes like, but you got to understand that you have to, you cannot compare it to what you're eating. It's not the
No,
same. How you
it's
compare
not.
plant to meat? They're not the
Right.
same. They're two different things. So you
No.
have to first be open to change, because it's not going
Yeah.
to taste the same. And you have to acquire a palate for it. But don't you acquire something that's going to get you off of medicine, that's going to give you energy, that's going to change your skin. Some
Mm,
people, I see people who have black splotches around their eyes and their cheekbones. That
yep.
will go away.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
food. That's toxic. Places where you see people when they're, especially when they're a little overweight, you see these black splotches on their skin. Have you seen that
Yeah.
before?
I have. Yeah, I
Yeah,
have. And I've seen them go away too.
and they will
I
go
mean,
away.
there are folks who have gone through my programs and they're still, I'm still good friends with them to this day. And they still come back to me years later and they're like, yeah, and this thing, I thought I was going to have this allergy forever and it's gone now. And, all this stuff that we just don't even associate with the food that we eat, you
Yep.
know?
We don't
So
understand that it changes the pH. It makes the body
it
acidic,
does.
and wherever acid lives, there's disease.
Yep.
And the body has to be alkaline. It has to have be in a place that can be electric, that it can fight, because it is a self-healing organ. It knows how to fight off, and we're actually crippling it and,
Right.
and creating disease. And then people are like, oh, I don't know how I got that. Oh, you do. You drink hamburger and soda every day.
It's true. It's
It,
true. And the diet is the hardest thing to change. People will change all kinds of stuff. They'll change jobs, but when it comes to, that diet and what they're eating every day, it's difficult. I get it.
it's
I
very
get it. That's why I try to make these resources available. And by the way, we have a lot of really good recipes for you over at AfroVeganSociety.org. So you can maybe get you a couple more recipes to add to your collection.
Yeah, I
Couple more
definitely gonna.
things.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go check. I'm gonna have to be in the Afro Vegan Society because I need some more. I need to get a little more better with what I'm doing, because
We got you.
you wanna taste some different things, but I'm not going back to meat. Now
No.
that's for me not. And the problem, a lot of people say, "Oh, y'all don't eat meat," but I'm eating seafood. What you say?
What do I say? That, it's the same thing with the corporations. They have polluted our oceans
Yeah.
so badly that, like, you're taking in all kinds of mercury and, heavy metals and toxic things when you're eating these fish, and other seafood. That stuff is getting into your system. And next thing you know, it's building up, in your brain and, causing all kinds of neurological issues. And, we just don't need it. That's the thing. You can get omega 3s from flax seeds. You know what I mean? From different like nuts and I mean everything that you can get from animal foods you can get from plant foods, and that's just the truth. And so it's
Mhm.
time for us to start making some changes. I worry about people, and it's like, yeah, this is your favorite food, this is what you like, but it's making you sick, and I don't want that. you
Mhm.
know I want people to be healthy and vibrant and happy and, get off those medications and all that stuff. Like, just live the life that we deserve to live. That's
Absolutely.
my goal.
Absolutely. And one thing, Miss Brenda, is that I see that if there's a system set up around it and there's the end game is cash, be careful because they're gonna run it in the hole. And then
Mm,
if there is a even church to the point, if their end game is that cash, be careful of what's going on in the church. I mean, that's really what it is. I mean, and I
mm,
tell folks everything that we're doing in this society, the end game ends with somebody making money from prison to our religion to food, everything,
yeah.
school, everything. The end game is about fiat currency. And that is the absolute problem. And the things that they cannot actually deal with or they can't produce, then you don't hear anything about it. There's no marketing around it. Nobody hearing about plants because listen,
Hmm.
ain't no money in plants.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, by the way, did I mention that all of Afro Vegan Society's resources are free?
Ooh,
Every event we do is free. The conference we do every year is free. What we do out of love. We're not trying to make money off of it. So I was just going making, like, commenting on your point about this fiat currency and the fact that, like, we ain't doing all that. We
yeah.
ain't doing all
I,
that. That nonprofit organization. Now, I'm not saying I don't do anything for money. Sister got live, but everything that we do through the nonprofit is free resources.
that's beautiful. I'm definitely going to sign up and subscribe because I want some better tips and to do some more things with my pot. Get out.
Nice.
Yeah, I got to eat more than kale, cabbage, collard, Brussels.
Yeah, I mean, that's good stuff. Don't get me wrong.
Good stuff. But when you eat it every damn day, Lord, have mercy.
Yeah, we gotta hook you up. We
Yeah,
got you.
but I tell folks, you look at deers, they're not going to be like, nah, I don't want that piece of grass. Give me
No,
more
they
pot.
eating the same food every day.
Same
Yeah,
shit every day. And in a lot of third world countries, they eating the same stuff, the
yeah,
same porridge, the same vegetables, the same stuff every day.
and they
And
living a lot longer than us.
and much more healthy.
Yep,
So we got to look at the standard American diet is a killer. It is an absolute killer, and we got to find a way to heal. So, what when it comes to food and healing of the Black race, what do you think? And veganism is the answer.
I do. I do. I think that eating a plant-based diet,
Hmm.
and it's just so much more popular now that you can just Google plant-based diet and there's so many things that are going to come up. You know what I mean? So many resources, so many recipes, so many things. But we also have to understand, like, cooking at home is the best, option for doing a plant-based diet, and everybody doesn't have time for that. So my job now, my mission now is to try to make plant-based foods that are more convenient for people who are low income and don't necessarily have all this time between their 3 jobs to, like, come home and cook a 3-course meal, but that is also healthy, right? So healthy convenience food don't even really go together. So my mission now is to figure that out. And I will, because I need, I work with the people at the furthest margins of society, the most desperate, the most needy, the most, marginalized. And and everybody deserves to be able to have the option to be healthy and vibrant. And so nobody else is thinking about us. And so we got to do it.
Yeah, we got to do it. I'll tell you what, if someone would create a way that you can like go up on Chick-fil-A and it's a vegan spot, I really think that could stop popping, because
Yeah.
a lot of people are sick of pills. They're sick of hurting. They're sick of what their lifestyle is, and they're looking for options. And
Yes.
there really aren't any, like, I don't eat fast food because there's no options for me. And
Right.
even if you try to go out, which I did, they use the same spatula or whatever to cook your food that they cook the meat in. You get sick. I
Yeah.
got ill, thinking I was ordering me something that I could eat. But when
Mm,
these restaurants get busy, they're just moving them spatulas around, putting meat, and
it's
you're
true.
just you're sick. So
Yeah.
it is really it's an intentional effort. I will say that it's discipline. You go to the cookout, you ain't gonna eat much.
You gotta bring your own food.
And I know, and people look at you side eye. They're like, "What you doing, miss? You can't eat from us." You got to be steadfast in your own health. And I
That's
think
right.
sometimes it's just like, they say at church, you let your light shine. People like, "Dang, she's serious about this thing," or "He's serious about this thing."
Yeah,
You go to the cookout, you gonna eat the watermelon. That's
that's
all.
right.
Even some vegans don't even eat the mac and cheese.
Yeah,
They don't even mess with that. I'm
yeah,
sorry, I ain't that one. But I don't eat mayonnaise like none of that with
right.
like sweet potato salad. Potato salad, I don't eat none of that. But dang, that mac and cheese, it's hard.
You don't want me to eat no mac and cheese. I've been getting sick off of dairy since I was a baby. So I mean,
Really?
just like I'm very lactose intolerant. Like whatever is the most lactose intolerant, that's what I am.
Yeah.
Like I can tell if anything has even touched dairy because I will be messed up for days. So there's different levels to it.
I'm lactose intolerant, but not like that.
Not
No, no, but
you're not like a level 500
no,
like
I eat a piece of cake from someone, and I could if it's me, my stomach starts hurting. So I
yeah.
can't buy the cake in 7-Eleven like most people. I can't buy it
No,
because it makes me sick.
no.
But
Yeah.
I'm glad it makes me sick because I don't need it.
Well, that's the thing. You don't matter how long you haven't eaten apples. When you eat an apple, it's not gonna make you sick. When you eat some kale after 20 years, it's not gonna make you sick. But why is it that when you haven't eaten meat, dairy, and eggs for
You gonna
20
get sick.
years and you're gonna get so sick? That should tell us something right there that this is not what our body wants. It's not. Our body is going to survive because, like you said, it's a self-healing organism. So this body, you could be, living off of paper bags. Your body will find a way
It will
to
find a
get
way
some
to
nutrients.
metabolize it. Yeah.
Right, because that's what it does. But when you start putting those healthy plant foods into your body, it will thank you. I don't know how else to say it, and it will start to function so much better. It really
So
will.
so much better. I'm telling you. I was severely anemic. So many things that, but also like that your hair is a byproduct, and definitely when something's wrong inside, your hair will fall out
Yep.
and them
Yep.
nails will get soft. Those are
Yep.
things that tell you every time. People are like, "Oh, my nails so soft." Yeah, something ain't right.
Yep.
That hair falling out in one space. That ain't wingworm. That's you're not eating well. Because that's it. Well, those are byproducts of what you're metabolizing. And if
Yep.
you don't have, and we are not eating enough minerals, we're not having enough minerals, but then you need vitamins, and then you need those minerals to absorb those vitamins. If you
Mhm.
ain't got no magnesium, then every vitamin you got, you shitting that out. I'm sorry, that's gonna
Yeah.
happen. So
Exactly.
you're not absorbing it. So we gotta look and learn about the body too. We want to learn about everything, but learn about what will help you live. And I don't think meat is in that book. I don't think so.
No. No, I don't think so either. I
So
think we
okay,
can. Obviously we can eat meat, but I'm not convinced that we should, and that's the best choice for
okay.
us.
So let me ask a person, I want to ask from a mistake. People who are hardcore meat eaters, like people like, listen, I'm not giving up my hamburger. I'm not giving up that steak. They gotta have that steak and them pork chops. and anything that they eat, oh, it just hurts me to talk about it. So, what do
Oh.
you say to them? Because I don't want to attack people, and I want them to be open to something else. What can you say?
Yeah, well, what do I say? Because of course I've met those folks, and they are very vocal about the fact that I'm not giving it up. I would say change the proportions, right? So if right now the proportion is 80% animal products and 20% just like side dishes of greens and stuff, change the proportion. Let's make it 60% animal
Mhm.
products and 40% plants. Make it shoot 80%. Sorry. 80 per you
It'd
okay,
be
wait,
more.
okay, 50%.
It'd be more
Got me
than
doing
80%
meat.
plant.
Yeah, 50, half and half, or whatever you can do to decrease the amount of animal products and increase the number of plants is going to help you dramatically. So just change those proportions a little bit.
Wow. And you're also talking about eggs.
Yeah, I'm talking about eggs. Eggs, are so oh, I'm so sorry. They are such a huge source of cholesterol, and the thing is, there is no cholesterol in the plant kingdom, none. So, like cholesterol causes so many problems in the human body. You don't want that. So it's like when my mom got off of the eggs and stuff for that year, like her cholesterol just went right back to normal. They were like her doctors were like, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. And unfortunately she did not. Which, caused her to be just another statistic, someone who passed away just way too early from heart disease.
Mm,
But for that year, she came and and actually ended up moving in with me for a year after her open heart surgery. And she came in walking with a cane, like I said, on the 12 different prescription drugs with diabetes and high blood pressure, all that. And when she left to go move into her own place, she was running up the stairs. Okay, like no more cane, no more, prescription drug, nothing. She just felt great, and so I mean, I
and
just
who
say,
wouldn't
just
keep
try it.
that? Who
Yeah.
wouldn't keep that? That's what
We,
I'm telling for. Why do you go back? Like I know people who do cleanses and they fast and get off
yeah,
the fast and eat a hamburger. Why?
yeah,
You,
no,
you just cleaned it everything. What are you
yeah,
doing? You know what I'm saying? I just don't get it. And I know it's because you've been doing it all your life, but we got to, I mean, you got to change at some
yeah,
point. And like you said, it doesn't have to be all, just be a vegan, but just do something with your portions.
yeah,
Start doing 50-60 or 50-50 or not 50-60, 50-50 or
yeah. Just math late at night.
yeah, you 70-30. Just
Yeah.
try to change some of that because your body will immediately, immediately give you some love.
Especially in the bathroom. We just gonna leave it at that. Just gonna leave it at
Because
that.
most of us are literally full of shit. Real talk, literally full of it. And so imagine not forcing when you go to the bathroom
Mm.
because plants will do that. It will, I'm telling you,
All that fiber? What?
I'm telling
Yes.
you, number two is fun. It just slides.
Oh, so we are gonna get into it. Okay.
Yeah, because I want people to know. Like, listen, it's people who tell me, "Oh, I didn't use the bathroom once a week." Are you kidding me?
That's
It's
how it used to be
nonsense.
with me before I got on plants. Once a week. Yep.
That is not healthy, guys.
No.
Remember, your body is holding all of this shit in you, unfortunately, and that's
Yeah, it's
that's not
bad.
healthy. Just put something toxic even on a piece of paper is going to eat through it. So let something living in your tissues, living in your
Mm,
colon, and it's staying there, and it's toxic. Ooh,
mm.
and we wonder why we have these issues. We got to change, guys.
Yep.
Healing is recognizing what is hurting and trying to fix it, right?
That's right. That's right.
So I know a lot of people say, "Well, it's not ain't my steak, ain't my pork chops." See, that's not what it is. But we got to try something different. I just think try something different. Do you have anything hands on, like where people can come in and sample vegan food? Like I always thought
Well,
about that.
yeah. So we used to do a lot of events before the pandemic, and we
Okay.
are going to get back to that. My team and I are definitely going to get back to that. This will probably be the last year that we don't do like, in-person events. And then,
Yeah.
we'll do stuff where we actually cook together. And we've even been doing that virtually, but it's a lot funner when you're doing the hands-on thing in person together,
Mhm.
and like learning how to prepare these dishes, with that support system, right? So we'll definitely be getting more into that. If people are following Afro Vegan Society, they'll get more updates on when we're going to start back with the in-person events. And I mean, Vegan Soul Fest, all of the vendors are going to be giving out samples. So it's not even like you gotta just buy something that you don't know if it's good or not. Ask for a sample. They'll
Oh,
give you the
okay.
sample. Yes. And then you can
That's gonna be
decide,
my whole
okay,
day. I'm going to eat
yeah.
outside. They like, you ain't some sample it.
Yeah. So yeah, you definitely, I mean, coming out to Vegan Soul Fest would give people a huge variety of vegan foods to choose from. So maybe they'll be like, I like raw food. I like, like the soul food, or I like the Caribbean food, or like, whatever. Then they'll be able to get some perspective on what's good, what they like, and that kind of thing.
Vegan Soul Fest, guys. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the
Yeah.
19th, the 20th, and the 21st. Come out, sample some good food, some live food. Some will even be raw food, which is even better. I know
Yeah.
that's hard, but raw food
That's
is probably the best out of all of them.
that's
And
like level 1,000 though. I mean, they don't
yeah,
have to
you
start
gotta
there.
be you gotta
You know?
be special to eat all raw food. But if you do, I'm telling you, the health benefits are thousand. Just like it takes
Mm,
this to do it is 1,000 health benefits. But
yeah.
come try the food, listen to the entertainment. Be open to something different. We're open to so many other things. Be open to veganism.
Yeah.
It is a plant-based lifestyle to me is a very, very um energetic, organic lifestyle with a lot of possibilities. Your body feels better, your life feel better. I even think you,
Mm.
you think better. Your mind isn't as clouded.
What?
Um,
Yes.
I mean, just
Yes.
think about your mind not being as cloud. Food
Mm,
clouds the mind. We wonder. I always say this, Miss Brenda. Our young people are so irrational. They're
mm.
out here ganging and doing the things, but a lot of it is because of the food they're eating. The
Yeah.
triggers are from they eat chicken boxes all day. They
All
stand in
day.
trash all day. Their environment is trash. They live in chaos. What do you think behavior comes from?
Mm,
A lot of
mm.
it is food. If they had clearer minds, I don't think they'll be as irrational.
Yeah. Oh, that's absolutely true. Absolutely. And if I didn't mention vegansoulfest.com is where people can go and get more
Okay.
information about the festival, who's going to be performing, and that kind of
Mhm.
stuff. So vegansoulfest.com.
I
And
wrote that in the chat. www.
thank you. I'm so, so happy to be able to have this conversation with you. Because it's like you get it, right? You're not just trying to like prove me wrong. There's so many times when I'm invited onto shows and it's just like, well, what about protein? What about and it's just like you're gonna be all right. You're gonna get some protein. It's fine.
It's gonna be fun. I'm telling you, I did it for health, but I had a tumor and I changed the way I was eating because I was afraid. But I still had I still had to have the operation, but I was trying not to. And the doctor literally said to me, the reason why you've been able to go this long with it inside is because of
Mm,
your diet.
yeah, absolutely.
You weren't feeding it. It was growing, but it was not growing into the level that when you were eating meat and sugar and all of these things. So you were able to deal with this for this long because of the fact of you changed your diet.
Yes.
And once I got it out of me, I never went back.
Mm,
But that
mm.
let me tell you what and I want the black boxes to know that I'm not perfect, yo. I got issues. I'm still eating some things I shouldn't eat. No meat though. But I'll tell anybody, but the most people say my favorite food is French fries. My favorite food is eggs. That
Oh,
is chocolate. But I have great cholesterol. I don't
good.
have any, I have great heart rate. I check myself. I am really in pretty good shape. But Sister Brenda, I'm gonna put it on the altar. The
Okay.
damn eggs. I love that. I'm telling you, I love eggs. I love eggs. I've always loved eggs. I stopped eating them like I used to eat them every day. But
Okay.
but
Okay.
I've never had a cholesterol problem. I've never had an issue. But that doesn't mean that it's good for me.
Mm.
Because a lot of
Yeah.
people are like, it's not hurting me, but it ain't helping either. Shit. So you better do something. But as you get older, your body can't do the same things. And
Yeah.
so but that egg is my problem. Now you can
Wow.
take
And
all the
it's
meat.
so funny. I've never liked eggs.
Oh,
Even
I
as a
love
child, I never liked eggs. And now I just can't eat them at all. They give me an immediate migraine.
really.
So, yeah. Yeah. So, but
I've been trying to
like I'm
keep
not,
it
no
alive.
pressure. No
It
pressure.
is pressure because I've been saying to myself, the egg gotta go. I keep saying that, and then I buy
Oh.
some brown eggs. Shut your mouth. But
Well, for me, it was crabs. For me, growing up here and, like
mm,
every summer getting together with the family with the crab. I mean, that was the most, and crab cakes. Oh my
oh, I
gosh.
can't do it.
That was, yeah.
Crab cake.
So once I finally kicked the crab, everything else was easy.
But I gave up shrimp. I've given up. I don't eat any fish that is not fished. Like that's a big deal. But I don't eat like if you don't can't fish it. Like I don't eat anything that could be farmed. If it can be farmed,
Ah,
I'm not eating it. Even if they say it's wild, nah, I don't. I don't want
yeah,
to eat nothing. So like sea bass, you got to go to the sea to get it.
I
And
see.
so and the sea is very deep. It has irrigating properties. So I'm, in my mind, my little scientific mind, I'm making a way for. But sea bass is real expensive. It's not a cheap fish because of
Yeah.
what they can't farm it, and
Okay.
so I eat those, but I am gonna try to get rid of those. That's really hard. I mean, I tell
I
people,
support you. I support you in that. And just think about the fact that, these corporations are pumping poison into the ocean. Because they are, because the FDA is allowing them to do that. I mean, there are
right,
countries that don't allow it, but the USA is not one of those countries. And so there are what they call dead zones over the globe, but especially across the United States where like no life can live. Like there's no fish, there's no sea life at all and I'm talking about miles of ocean because like they've pumped so many
it's so
poisons into.
polluted.
Yeah, so like look up ocean dead zones. Like you
Ooh,
would be really surprised
I gotta
at
look at
how, the environment that these marine animals are having to live in, and that goes into them. I mean, that's literally the air they breathe, right?
yeah.
So it goes into them, and so it's going into you. Bottom line.
Mm. And these farm raised, you don't even want to talk about that.
Yeah, all that just feces and come on, like what are y'all? Just a pool full of fish and feces. They need to just cut it out. It's all that bacteria. They really don't care. Like they really don't care about people's health. It's
The money is more important than everything, and
yep.
and we see it in every system that is built. Listen, we in Europa. We're around them
Mm,
people, and them people love cash. That's the only thing they respond to. That's the truth. They will kill
it
you for
is.
money, and
Mm,
it's so unfortunate. And if it's food, it doesn't matter. Look at medicine. They don't treat
mm-hmm.
anything. All they treat is a symptom. They don't
Yeah,
give a damn where it came from. And so it has been a pleasure having you, Mama Green. I know that's
it
my name.
has.
I
It
mean, we've
has.
been here an hour and 8 minutes. It don't even seem like it. Eh,
No, it
I-
doesn't. So we gotta do this again sometime.
yeah, we do have to do it. And I'm going to come to Afro Vegan Society. I got to get on that. And I want to see your podcast too. I want to talk about
Oh,
food and
okay.
justice. Yeah, that's what's up. We got to
Right.
have these conversations. If we don't have them, no one's having them.
Exactly.
especially in the
Exactly.
Black community. You know, when you see there's a need, then you have to step out there and put the information out there. So I really appreciate you coming in to Healing August and Black Box Radio and dropping the veggies all over the place, just dropping plants everywhere. You
Yes,
know,
let's heal, y'all. Let's heal.
let's heal. That's what's up. Can you definitely leave a jewel with the black boxes? Leave something. Leave Brenda's jewel.
Brenda's jewel. Let's see. I would say that it is our responsibility as a community to take care not only of ourselves but to take care of each other.
Yes.
And that's my mission in life, and that's, that should be a part of all of our, mission is to take care of ourselves and take care of each other.
Wow, that's big talk right there. Big talk. Listen, you have been a blessing to the airwaves tonight. I
Thank
really hope that people source this video and just listen to something different and be open to the process and understand that it is a process. You learn how to eat meat and you can learn how to be off of it.
That's right. That's absolutely right.
It's just that simple. We it is, what's today? It's half a month already. Dang, it's
Alrighty.
8/15/22 August. We're in the 8th. Healing August, Black Box Radio. We boxed up and out. Can we get them deuces, Mama Green? We're gone, y'all. Good night. Don't go nowhere.
Take care.
Stay right there, Mama Brenda. Mama Green.